up, everyone? It's your girl Shay here, and I'm back with another video for you guys. And as you can tell by the title of this video, it's time for another episode of Nerd News. I once again apologize for not having an episode for last week, but that was due to me having to actually get my hair done, and I didn't get back till super late, so I was unable to record a new video. But here we are back this week with some new topics. And I actually did have a different topic for today, or at least one of my topics was different, until some news came out that I for sure had to talk about. But let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is Sonic the Hedgehog. So as we all know, this movie came out Valentine's Day weekend, and I want to talk about this in last week's video, but it's still relevant now, so I'm going to talk about it anyway. And that is the fact that the box office numbers that this movie has been able to produce and the reviews that I've seen so far come out about this movie. As many of you guys probably originally remembered, when this movie first, not came out, but the trailer was first released, everybody hated the original design that they had for Sonic, and the movie ended up being pushed back. The movie was supposed to come out in November of 2019, but they pushed it back till February 2020 due to them having to make these changes to the look of Sonic the Hedgehog, and apparently those looks paid off. From the reviews that I've seen, it's been getting great reviews and people have absolutely loved it. And I've been hearing that it actually leaves it open to a sequel, which it seems a lot of people are very excited for. I myself have not yet seen the movie, and I was kind of worrisome about seeing it based off of the original trailer that came out with the terrible Sonic design. But now after seeing the reviews, I'm honestly super excited to see it and can't wait to finally be able to check out this movie and see what everyone is saying about it. But back to the money that this movie has made at the box office. Apparently this movie has been #1 in the box office for not one, but 2 weekends so far, which is amazing since so many people actually thought this movie was going to be a flop. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them. So far it seems the movie has actually even made beyond the $100 million mark. From what I was able to look up, it appears that the movie has made so far $106.6 million. That is amazing for this movie, and that people are saying that it's probably one of the best video game movies ever. Now, I really have to see this once again for myself because I'm not gonna lie, but Detective Pikachu was pretty amazing, so that set the bar really high. So let's see what Sonic actually is, well, at least for me, how it does competing with this movie. Next up, I have also talking about new news that came out from Disney. And that is because currently Disney CEO, or not yet, not really anymore though, Disney CEO was Bob Iger. Now Bob Iger has been talked about so much in the news because of everything that he's been able to accomplish with Disney and a lot of the mergers that have happened with Disney over the past few years since he's been CEO. But effective immediately today, he is now no longer CEO, but he is staying on as some sort of chairman at least until the end of 2021, and that's just so that the transition from him being CEO to the new CEO, who once again his name is Bob, but his name is Bob Chapek, and he is the new CEO. Basically, he's staying around to make that transition as smooth as possible. And this has been met with mixed reactions. Some people, a lot of fans, are actually kind of worried. A lot of people are kind of questioning the MCU. But to put your worries to rest, remember Kevin Feige is still the head of Marvel Studios, so don't really think too bad about or think anything's going to happen regarding that property. But I did read a pretty crazy tweet where someone was like, don't be upset or don't be worried about the MCU. Be worried more for Disney, Pixar, and the theme parks. So we'll have to see what happens. But this actually was an internal move. It wasn't someone that externally had never worked for Disney before. Apparently, Bob Chapek, I cannot say his last name. He's actually worked for Disney for 27 years, and he actually mostly worked and led the parks and consumers product business. So he probably at least to me, it seems like he has the credentials to actually work for Disney, or not credentials, but has the credentials to basically take over for Bob Iger. So I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen, and we all know that if he does mess anything up, it's going to be automatically in the news. But to me, with Bob Iger hanging on for this next, year and a half or so, I feel like the transition is going to be pretty seamless, and we probably won't really notice anything really happening unless it is something big. But apparently it seems Bob Iger has actually been trying to retire for a while, and he kind of held off on it for like the past 4 years, but finally he was just like, I'm done, I need to retire. So of course I feel like a lot of people are going to definitely miss Bob Iger, but I'm really excited to see what new things can happen with Disney with this new CEO. And last but not least, the last thing I'm talking about is, of course, some anime news. And this anime news is actually from Crunchyroll. So Crunchyroll actually released a trailer talking about their new original animes. Now, I don't know why, but I actually assumed that Crunchyroll was actually already producing original animes, but apparently that's not the case since this has just started. But I'm actually really excited about this because, as many of you guys know or may not have known, a lot of networks or a lot of streaming services like Netflix and also Amazon have been producing or been coming out with a lot more original anime for their streaming services. So I'm actually kind of shocked that an anime streaming services that only streams anime didn't have any original anime of their own. So I'm excited to see that, and I'm also excited to see, if this kind of continues. And I'm also trying to wonder if there's a reason why so many other mangakas or anime companies are going to these bigger name companies like Netflix and also Amazon to produce their anime on there instead of Crunchyroll. And for me, the only thing I can think of is money and also the amount of people that they're able to reach. When you look at sites like Amazon and of course Netflix, they offer a variety of different shows, and a variety of different people go to their streaming services, not just anime fans, which means their reach of the amount of people that may potentially watch their show is a lot bigger compared to probably Crunchyroll, which you're only getting anime fans, and even then your show may not get a lot of hits. But if you look at something like Netflix, and if it's new, it's automatically on your front screen as soon as you're on the app. And if a lot of people have been watching it, or maybe it's getting recommended a lot more, you're hitting a lot more people that may not have been anime fans in the first place, and they're just watching it because it just looks cool. So I'm excited. It looks like, though, I can also say from the trailer that they showed of the 8 original animes that they are kind of trying to push or promote. Some of them do look really, really cool. The animation styles between all of them are completely different. One of them looks a little bit more like an older style, or looks to be kind of like how Ruby is done. I don't know how I feel about that, but who knows? I'm also definitely going to try and check some of these out because they do look pretty cool. It seems like only one of them is currently streaming right now, and the other 7 aren't yet streaming, but should be available on Crunchyroll's site soon. So those are the 3 topics that I have to come out for you guys. But I want to know, what are you guys' thoughts on all of these topics? Have you seen Sonic the Hedgehog movie? And if you have, what did you think about it? Although please don't post me spoilers about it because I have not seen the movie yet and I actually really do want to see it. And also, what do you guys think of Bob Iger stepping down as CEO of Disney? I know a lot of people are, might feel some type of way about him stepping down, or might be nervous about the properties that they have and what might happen regarding that. And I know maybe our worries aren't warranted because we honestly don't know what's going to happen, but I want to know what you guys' thoughts are. I know that I hear Disney's stock kind of went down 3% after this announcement, and it was everywhere on Twitter that he was stepping down. So this seems to be pretty much a pretty big deal. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what your thoughts are. And of course, what are your thoughts on Crunchyroll doing original anime now? Are you going to watch them? Do you feel like this was a good business move for them? I feel like it was, because it puts them in competition with Netflix and also Amazon. And also, do you feel the same way I do as the reason why probably a lot of anime creators are going to Netflix and Amazon as opposed to other anime streaming sites to basically produce their shows? I'm really interested to know how you guys feel about this, and are there any shows that were shown in the trailer that you're interested in checking out? And if so, let me know what those are below, of course. But that's the video I have for you guys. Of course, like always, at the end card of this video, there are going to be my screen names or my usernames for all the social media that I'm on, which mostly what I have on there is Twitter and also Instagram. And of course, there is going to be the URL address for my blog, but also the links for those, if you want to go directly to them, are going to be in the description box below. So check them out, give me a follow, shout me out on there, whatever you guys want to do, but definitely check those out as well. And of course, like always, I always tell you guys, please give this video a thumbs up, Please subscribe if you haven't already. I know a lot of people check out my videos, but a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, so just subscribe if you're enjoying my content. And of course, feel free to share my videos out to other people if you feel like they're going to enjoy my content, or if you feel like you want other people to see what I have to say about a particular topic or about a show or anything like that. Also, feel free to comment your suggestions for future videos or news stories or anything that you guys pretty much find online, and I will definitely try and check those out and see if I want to include those into a future nerd news video. And of course, like I always tell you guys, stay positive and be nerdy. All right, you guys.